phone rang, so I had to start this over. Anytime a planet goes in retrograde, it's like you're thinking of redoing things. The prefix re means to do over. Also, it appears in the sky that the planet is going backwards, which actually means all the intentions of that planet is... My cousin is texting. All the intentions of the planet are going inward. And they are pretty much helping you decide what you need to do with yourself. This is about you. That's what I mean, inward. So you're taking this in on how you need to restructure things in your life. So we started with Pluto retrograde. Saturn is going to be in retrograde, as well as Saturn is the planet of communication. I'm getting a lot of text, y'all, so I'm reading and talking at the same time. Saturn is the planet of challenges and authority, and when that is in retrograde, we want to say that we're kind of thinking over these beliefs and of how we have lived in certain kind of ways, authorizing, under authority or whatever, or even authorizing ourselves. That's what I was trying to say. Venus goes into retrograde after today, and it's square with Neptune. It goes into retrograde on the 13th in Gemini, so it's still in Gemini. Venus ruled, like I said, love, personal love, beauty, or money. So relationships are going to go up for reevaluation. The way you use and spend your money, you think about that. Venus being the planet of beauty and love, make no changes after next on the 13th. I know places are starting to open back up, and you want the beauty salons and stuff to be one of the first places you go, but make no changes when Venus is in retrograde. It's in retrograde for 42 days, I believe, 40 to 42 days. So that would be sometime in mid-June, all right? Maybe a little bit later, like in the late 20s, because it starts going in retrograde on the 13th. It is key to value yourself when Venus is in retrograde. So you're rethinking your look, but you're not touching it yet because you want to just take and do that self-care kind of thing and just work on making sure that you are okay with you inwardly. Okay? So that's the key during Venus retrograde, the things that you need to reevaluate. On the 14th of May, the next day, a lot of these retrogrades are this week or next week. Well, no, this week is not a retrograde yet. Let me continue. So, on the 14th of May, Jupiter retrograde is in Capricorn. So, Jupiter is a planet of luck, and it's been in Capricorn, which is what my moon is in. You always concentrate on your sun planet, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. We'll get into that later if I haven't talked about it already. But Jupiter is in retrograde in Capricorn, but it stays in Capricorn, and its sign has been in Capricorn since November of 2019, and it switches over again in December of 2020. So me being a Capricorn, I should expect a lot of changes in luck. But then it's being in retrograde now, it's going to help me still, especially with Capricorn, the sign of authority. It's going to help me again rethink beliefs and break them down, and rethink how I am authorizing things or how I'm receiving authority. And I really have never been a person that's like authority, so this will be a good time for me to reevaluate for that as well. And it may move back into Aquarius. That's what it says at the end of this year. Oh, it does move into Aquarius. I'm sorry. Because after Capricorn is Aquarius, so it moves into Aquarius in December of 2020, which is the innovative sign again. So definitely next year is going to be ever changing as well. 2020 is our year, so to speak, in getting ourselves prepared to totally be innovative when Jupiter is in Aquarius. So look at it that way. Because again, Aquarius is an insightful sign. It gets you motivated, innovative, you on another level. That's the whole dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius, it's not quite in it, but we're like in the shadow period, in the dawning, like they say. So we're moving towards the futuristic side that we saw in the Jetsons back in the 80s. We're moving towards that, but it's not going to be as soon as we think. We still have to kind of change all these beliefs and get more conscious and more aware so that we can move on into that. All right, and then on the 22nd, the new moon in Gemini. Gemini, again, rules information in the media. This will help the freedom of speech and the whole censorship thing probably die down. And it's all under scrutiny, meaning, again, this will be a transformative month. The theories, again, are pretty much doing I'm sorry, I'm getting these texts and they're totally throwing my thought off. So they are helping us with new ideas. So we want to write them down during the new moon, because the new moon is when you write down your intentions that are going to happen in the next 6 months anyway. So every new moon is like going into the new sign. So Gemini is the next sign after Taurus. So the new moon is when there's no sunlight on the moon for you to see it, so you won't see it in the sky. This Thursday is the full moon, when the sun shines all the way on this moon and you see it big and bright in the sky. It will be also a super moon. The Scorpio full moon will be a super moon, so it will be really big and bright and transformative. So what I do is I take glass jars with plastic covering on top so that the moon can shine on the full moon night. Just to let y'all know, on the new moon night on May the 22nd, the full moon is May the 7th in Scorpio. The new moon is May the 22nd in Gemini. And that is when you do not put any water out, because there will be no moonlight that night. You just write your intentions down. So one good thing to do on that day is to write any new ideas that you have going into this innovative sign of Gemini in 3 weeks. So basically, there's going to be a lot of shifting energies in May of 2020. Everybody, please enjoy the ride. And starting this week, let me know when you see some conspiracy facts. And leave it in the comment section on the bottom. Check a like. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for your questions and comments. Also, does your business need an update while in this transformation? A lot of us are unemployed. A lot of us are gigging from home. And even if you have next to nothing, there's a side gig that I'm doing that actually helps me plan out. So I'm already ahead of the new moon. Plan out how the businesses that I have, the dreams and aspirations and goals that I have are being mapped out. I'm able to do a lot of organizational things with it and see statistics and things that help me build my business in the future. So if you have a business already, or you're looking forward towards a business, you have next to nothing, or you have a little bit of something, because it really doesn't cost a lot, and you want to move into the next step of contactless life, it helps with all the things that we're moving into. Check me out. It's called Shuffle by Elify, and I am a team member. So I can leave that link in the section below, as well as you can contact me in the comments, and I'll respond back. Okay? Thank you all. Love and light. And have a wonderful week. TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many. Z.